Good afternoon, everyone. It's me, the 5-Star General, coming to you from my channel, the New York Rideshare Experience. Haven't done a video in a while. Thought I'd do a video today. It's another brisk, cool, sunny day here in the New York City suburbs, the forgotten market. The market that's never spoken about whenever news comes out of New York with respect to Uber or Lyft and or ride sharing. My mission statement with this channel is to educate individuals on how they can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time. Don't care whether you work full-time, part-time. If your thing is you enjoy working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, so be it. If you need to do that, so be it. My job is not to be a news reporter, and I do realize that there's a certain aspect of entertainment. There's a certain aspect of providing general information with respect to the industry that does have appeal. I will speak on certain subjects, but I will not speak on them immediately. I don't want to speak as though, hey, I'm the first to break the news or I'm the first to do the video about it, for a lot of reasons. But one of my pet peeves with this whole thing is that when major Uber tubers talk about New York, it's almost always relevant, if not always relevant, to what goes on in New York City. And the major thing that needs to be said here is, again, New York City is separate and apart from the rest of the state because they are governed by Taxi and Limousine Commission. Now, that being said, they are not rideshare drivers. They are for-hire vehicle operators. They are not governed by the same state laws that govern everyone else in the greater New York area with respect to ride sharing. They have a whole host of fees, a whole host of rules and regulations. They have separate pay rates. They're separate and apart. They are a completely separate market from the rest of us that are out here. Now, that may or may not have much relevance to people throughout the country, but I think it has a lot of relevance to the individuals who operate in the greater New York area. We're still faced with the same problems that we heard major Uber tubers talk about with respect to insurance, rates. There's nobody advocating for or lobbying for us to get $17 an hour. Now, with all of that being said, there's some of us who, quite honestly, would be taking a pay cut at $17 on average an hour. And we've spoken about that. I've spoken about the differences between the platforms that you operate on and obviously the amount of money that you can make. And it's simply simple math. Simple math is if you operate luxury vehicles, you're going to be paid more. If you operate on the X platform, you're going to be paid the least, and you're going to be in the highest demand. It's not fair. Definitely not fair, but that's what it is. So with all of that being said and done, $17 an hour for the New York City driver, great. Does not put food on my table, does not affect me in any manner, shape, or form. And personally, I think they and us should be making more on our hourly rates, regardless of the platform. But that's my personal opinion. What I want to stress is that we still have to stay focused on the tools, the techniques, the strategies that regardless of where you work, what country, what market, what state rather, there are certain things that can be done to maximize the amount of time and effort that you put into this. You have people like the simple driver who I believe in everything he says. And at the end of the day, you should be treating this as a business operator and not just a driver. if we sit down and we study all the Uber tubers and they say, well, this is the best time to drive, and I do only airport runs, and I do this and I do that. Yeah, there's certain nuances to every market, but there's a lot of things that you as an individual can do to make your money and be in control of your destiny, regardless of what Uber chooses to pay you. I'm not the first to tell you that you're going to make a lot of money driving on the X platform. But I will tell you that I operated on the X platform exclusively when the New York City suburbs market opened up. And I averaged between $500 and $600 a week, 20 hours a week. And I did that by utilizing certain strategies, knowing where to locate myself, the time of day that I chose to work. These were all things that I had control over. And I was successful at doing it. I knew people that were working full-time hours and wasn't making that kind of money. Don't want to ramble on. Didn't want this to be a long video. Just want to talk about it real quick. So again, in the description below, you'll find a link to my website. You can reach out to me there. We can talk about whether or not this is something that's feasible for you. I'm not going to just put my referral code up and have you sign up. I'm not a hype man. If you fall for that, that's on you. As always, like, comment, subscribe, greatly appreciated. And as I usually say, stay frosty. It's cold out. In this case, maybe you might want to stay a little bit warm. But until the next video, peace.